Listen closely, and I mean really listen, because in the year 2026, the system's most lethal and insidious weapon isn't a digital currency, a social credit score, or even a surveillance drone. It is the intentional, systematic destruction of the human bond. They want you isolated, atomized, and completely disconnected from any source of traditional, grounded wisdom. The architects of this era want you to be a solitary node in their digital network, a man with no father figure to guide him, no brothers in arms to steady him, and no successor to pass the torch of freedom to. But Andrew here, and today we are unlocking the 68th vault of the Hidden Edge archives, the Unseen Mentor. We are decoding John Wayne's master doctrine on building a sovereign circle in an age of manufactured, high-definition loneliness. You see, the Duke understood a truth that the modern world is trying to lobotomize, that a man's ultimate strength is not just measured by the weight he can lift or the acres of land he can defend, but by the quality and the loyalty of the men he allows into his inner sanctum. On every single film set, in every dusty camp from the desert to the coast, John Wayne was always more than just the lead actor. He was the unseen mentor, the man who quietly taught the next generation how to stand tall with their shoulders back, how to speak the unfiltered truth, and how to carry the heavy burden of individual freedom without a single word of complaint. In this 68th chapter, we are teaching you the tactical art of identifying high-value allies in a world flooded with low-value, digital distractions. While the masses are desperately seeking the approval of faceless strangers on a glowing screen, the sovereign man is handpicking his tribe with the cold precision of a master craftsman building a fortress. Doctor, record this opening protocol for the year 2026. A man standing alone is nothing but a target for the system, but a man surrounded by a circle of iron is an impenetrable fortress that no algorithm can breach. We are building the Brotherhood today, and we are starting with the ancient, unwritten laws of the mentor that have guided our kind since the dawn of the frontier. Analyze the logic of the circle with me, because in the year 2026, your social circle is either your greatest strategic asset or your most dangerous tactical liability. The system intentionally fills your life with parasitic relationships, vampires who drain your emotional energy, compromise your operational security, and are ready to betray your most sacred secrets for a single moment of digital clout or a pat on the head from the state. To be a sovereign mentor, you must first master the cold, hard, and often lonely art of vetting. We are decoding the Duke's frontier filter, the rare ability to see right past a man's polished words and look straight into the dark marrow of his character. John Wayne didn't just associate with anyone who happened to be around. He looked for grit, unwavering loyalty, and that specific silence of the strong that speaks louder than any boast. In the year 2026, your sovereign circle must be built on the foundation of tested trust. This means putting the people around you through stress tests, calculated moments of pressure, before you ever even think about giving them the keys to your sanctuary or the detailed coordinates of your survival strategy. We are teaching you the science of human selection, how to identify the young lions who are genuinely hungry for real-world wisdom and the old wolves who still have their teeth and their honor. You are not looking for fans, you are not looking for followers, and you are certainly not looking for yes men. You are looking for successors, men who can carry your legacy into the darkness of the future. A mentor's job isn't to be liked or to be popular. It is to be respected and to ensure that the fragile flame of independence doesn't go out in the freezing winter of 2026. Doctor, examine the Duke's hidden records on tribal vetting, how he built a legendary circle of stuntmen, actors, and ranchers who would have walked through fire for him because he earned their soul long before he ever earned their hand. We are reclaiming the Blood Brotherhood today. In a world of total digital treachery, your circle is your only true, unhackable encryption. In the third, deeper layer of the 68th protocol, we master the art of the silent legacy. John Wayne knew with absolute certainty that a man's physical life is temporary, but his core principles can be eternal if they are planted in the right, fertile soil of the next generation. In the year 2026, the system is working overtime to rewrite your history, to pathologize your nature, and to completely erase the code of the West from the collective memory. As a sovereign mentor, your primary mission is to be a living, breathing archive. We are decoding intergenerational warfare. The system wants to turn the youth against the elders, to break the chain of ancestral wisdom so they can start fresh with a clean, compliant, and easily manipulated slate. But we are striking back with the force of a stampede. You must learn to teach through relentless action, not just empty instruction. The Duke didn't sit men down for lectures. He lived the example in the dirt and the heat until the men around him felt a deep sense of shame to be anything less than their absolute best selves. In 2026, your circle is where the real education happens, miles away from the state-controlled indoctrination centers and the toxic digital propaganda machines. You are teaching the primal skills that the system wants forgotten: how to shoot with precision, how to build with your own hands, how to trade without their currency, and how to remain completely invisible to the eyes of the machine. This is the underground university of the new frontier. We are teaching you how to pass on your hard assets and your soft wisdom simultaneously, creating a dual layer of protection for your lineage. When you mentor a younger man in the ways of sovereignty, you are creating a ghost in the machine. Someone the system cannot fully brainwash because they have been anchored to reality by a real-world mentor who has bled for the truth. Doctor, record this. The most dangerous thing you can do to the establishment in 2026 is to make another man truly free. We are multiplying our strength today by sharing the secret keys to the kingdom of the self. Analyze the internal security of the 68th archive with a cold eye. A circle is only as strong as its weakest, most compromised link, and in the year 2026, the system is a world-class expert at finding that specific link and turning it against the whole structure. John Wayne understood the discipline of the trail with a visceral intensity. If one man was lazy, if one man was a drunk, or if just one man was a loose talker, the entire party was at risk of a dry gulch ambush before the sun went down. We are decoding tribal accountability. In your sovereign circle, there must be a code of silence and a standard of excellence that is absolutely non-negotiable and ruthlessly enforced. In the year 2026, this means purging the emotional instability and the fragility that the modern world has injected like a virus into the male psyche. You are building a high-trust, low-noise environment where a man's word is his bond and his bond is unbreakable. If a man in your circle cannot master his own tongue, his own impulses, or his own fears, he is not a brother. He is a security leak that must be plugged or removed immediately for the safety of the tribe. The Duke's Circle wasn't a social club for the bored. It was a tactical alliance for the committed. We are teaching you the mentorship of iron. Sometimes being a mentor means being the one who delivers the hard, crushing truth, the one who enforces the boundaries with an iron fist, and the one who demands nothing less than the highest level of performance. In the year 2026, your circle must be a no-lies zone in an ocean of deception. When the digital iron curtain finally falls, the men standing shoulder to shoulder with you will be the only things in your universe that are real. Doctor, look at the Duke's history with the Wild Goose, that circle of men who stayed loyal through every scandal, every bankruptcy, and every struggle because the circle was always more important than the individual ego. We are forging that same steel bond today. We are not just friends. We are a sovereign unit, and we move as one. We are closing this massive and essential 68th vault with this sovereign proclamation of the eternal chain. Take a long, hard look at the world around you in 2026, a world of 8 billion people who are collectively more alone, more confused, and more desperate than ever before in human history. They have thousands of digital friends on their screens, and not a single brother who would bring them a cup of water in a drought or stand by them in a fight. But you are different. You are a sovereign mentor, a vital link in a chain of iron that stretches back through the centuries to the very first men who ever carved a life out of the untamed wilderness. John Wayne's final and greatest act wasn't a climactic scene in a movie. It was the quiet, dignified, and deliberate passing of his values to those few who had the eyes to see and the heart to follow. In the year 2026, your sovereign circle is your ultimate insurance policy against the creeping madness of the state. It is the sacred place where the truth is kept safe, where the fire of liberty is kept burning, and where the next generation of free men is being forged in the shadows, away from the prying eyes of the censors. This is Andrew, signing off from the 68th Vault of the Edge archives, hidden deep in the rugged places where the digital noise finally fades and the real work of survival begins. The system wants you to be the end of your line, a dead-end street for your family's hard-earned legacy. But as long as you are mentoring, as long as you are actively building your circle, you are effectively immortal. Go out there today and find your men, vet them with the fire of reality, and lead them with the silent, undeniable authority of a legend. Stay rugged, stay connected to the earth and the men who walk it. Stay completely, unapologetically sovereign as you build a clan that the machine can never understand, never predict, and never break. We will see you further down the trail, where the brothers meet in secret and the sovereign spirits prevail over the noise. Godspeed, partner. The mission, our eternal and sacred mission of tribal resilience and intergenerational strength, is now firmly in your hands. Andrew out.